Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Morning briefing. And, all right, kind of a wild ride yesterday. Didn't quite do what I thought, naturally. But what we did do was yesterday, after our little consolidation here, I talked yesterday about dropping down below this and actually coming all the way down here. There was this big gap open area. I also talked about the 3902 and how I would expect a pretty good bounce out of that on the ES chart on TOS, which I'll bring up. But I really thought we were going to drop this. This is what the thought process was yesterday. Was once we lost the 61.8, was we were going to head on down. That didn't happen. What we did is we found support there at 61.8. We did find the good bounce out of there. Right around 1 p.m. Yesterday, as we were making these lower highs and higher lows, I brought up on Zoom how, hey, we could bounce here. And so then I started projecting out where I thought we could go. And what we ended up doing is kind of like what I thought, which was I projected out this box, and I think right around 1 or so, 12 or 1. Anyway, projected out this box saying, okay, based on this AB, it would be, I think it was 150% or 50% of the move. So I projected out this box and said, okay, good chance we come up here and we kind of do this. I wasn't too far off. We got to a high. I was thinking 275. We actually got to 271 before close. After close, we got a little bit higher, but we've pretty much just went sideways from here. I actually thought it was going to be just a little bit higher up in this area, but okay. Don't always get what you want. But so the thought this morning, we got non-farm payroll. So I'm not even going to project out what I think, other than we have this 50 moving average here. If we stay above this, then obviously we'll go higher. If we stay below it, or if we drop below it, then as they say, Bob's your uncle, and I would go short. So this potentially we have a new wave count starting. I don't know if I like this 0 and 1 here like this. I would not be surprised to see a fake up and then a drop down. So we'll see how it plays. We'll see what they do. I have no idea what the numbers are going to come into, so I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so ES. So this crab pattern we've been monitoring, this number here right around 39, 53, 54 area. You can see how strong these levels are, right? I mean, look at that. We came down and hit it, and then yesterday we tried to get below it and came back up, and we're holding it so far. This was the fib area down here, 3902, 39. It actually went to 3903. But this is kind of standard for this type of pattern with this area. We're going to play some games. Here's the bat pattern. Although in this particular instance on this bat pattern, once we dropped this middle, it was game on down to the third rank, which on a bat, that's what I like to see. But you can see even at this level, we kind of played here. We got to the third level, we played on this level for I mean, what is this daily? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days we played at this level before dropping it. So they do offer support, but in the crab patterns, like I talked about, sometimes we could just bounce from here. You know, that is a possibility. I don't know, but just saying. Bat patterns, I like to see them come all the way through. Crab patterns, butterfly patterns, a lot of times they'll come to the first or the second and bounce. So we'll let that play out. As far as fibs go, here's my fib. So yesterday we had a 61.8 at 39.02, and the low yesterday was 39.0350, and then we bounced up. So I think I don't know if I had this on there yesterday, but I had to check the video. But that's what I would expect is a bounce off the 61.8, and that's exactly what we got. And I said we could bounce above the 50%. I would not be surprised. So I would not be surprised today to see us bounce above the 50. Challenge to 4,000, maybe even 4,050, 4,040 area before coming back down. Whether that's today or Monday, don't know. Okay, here's SPY real quick. SPY, potentially wave 1, 2, 3 down. I did have this trend line, if I check back in previous videos, that I had connected off here. We came down, tagged that video or that trend line, and bounced up. But we have potentially wave 1, 2, 3, 4 would be up into this box area, and then 5 being down here. So that's kind of the pattern that I would expect to see happen. We will see. I believe I have some fibs on. You can see we did not get to the 61.8 on the SPY for whatever reason. We bounced just shy of it. So this tells me that I'll look for a move above the 50 before coming down and either hitting it and bouncing or hitting it and running through to the 76.4, 78.6. There's that. So pretty much kind of like ES. Obviously, they follow each other. For this, for a swing on SPY, I would like to see this move above and then a move below. So if we come up and the 34 EMA holds it and it doesn't get any higher than 400 and starts getting rejected, I'd probably take a short on that. It'd be maybe even something like this, right? Where we come up above the 34 and then drop it. So if I'm playing and I want some more info, I would do Fibonacci's here. I would go from the top here, go to the bottom, and I would put a box right in here and say, okay, that would be my area this morning to be watching. So if we drop into that box, I would look for a rejection. Once we got the rejection or started coming down, I would take puts. Okay, Apple. Still in limbo, still waiting. I'm trying to do a swing program on this, so I'm being patient. And I think when I talked to some individuals, I said the hardest part is to be patient and waiting for the trade setup. So any one of these days, you look back at it and you say, well, I could have took a short. Yeah, you could have. You could have just jumped in and took the short and held it. Absolutely. Kind of like this. When we started going long, you jump in long and just hold on. Your stop is a close below the 21, which is the underside of this move, or the upper side of this move. We would have been close to getting stopped out here yesterday. But I'm trying to say, no, I'm going to wait for a new beginning, a new start. Even something like this. Same thing with SPY in Apple. is, hey, if we get a move above there and get rejected, come back below the 34 EMA, I would take a short and do a little swing. Today's Friday, so you play next week's options, play a week out, but you got to wait for the move below the 34. Okay, fifth circles. This is the infinity system that Gary kind of showed me how to do. I'll try to do more. You can see, well, it's kind of hard to see, but my fib circles are the yellow, I believe. And we held here. Da-da-da. Oh, here, let me get rid of these first real quick. All right, there's Apple. There we go. Okay. See, even I get a little confused on. It's too busy for me. This is a tough system for me to adhere to. Because I get lost in saying, okay, what are we doing here? Okay, same thing with Apple. Is wave 1, even though my thing system says wave 2, wave 0, 1 here, 2, 3, which 3 properly marked, 4 up and 5 down. So with Apple, I'm looking for this area right here, 158.54 to 161 roughly. So a move up here and then a drop down below. It's a short down into the 150 area. So again, if you want to give yourself some, if I'm playing this, if we get this move, I'm going to give myself some time and probably play 2 weeks out, as close to the money as I can afford, and take a play. No, I would not play the 151s because that's kind of your target, right? So I definitely would try to be up in the 155 area, and if you can't play it, then look for SPY. It might be a little cheaper option. It's the same play on SPY. Okay, that's it. Trying to keep these short. I'll keep going longer and longer. But thank you. Have a good luck today. Non-farm payrolls could be exciting on the future side. And my guess is like past non-farm payrolls is we get the move pre-market and then we kind of go sideways the rest of the day. So it's kind of a boring day. But might be different this time. We might get a move to the upside and a big move to the downside. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. All right.